don't forget, it ain't the first 48 with 60 minutes.
Cover the kid, best not miss. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make it feel it. You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked into Zone 32.
Well, that fucking sucks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. We got the full crew in tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is BT. His name is Trippy. And long awaited, his name is motherfucking Grant. All right, let's get into the show. So, AFC divisional round just happened. Ravens went to Buffalo to play the Bills. Lamar Jackson hits Isaiah Likely for a touchdown that could have potentially tied the game had we converted on the 2-point conversion. But alas, it was all for naught because with Mark Andrews running wide open, Lamar Jackson throws him a pass that the fat kid at the playground probably could have caught, even though he gets picked last. By every self-respecting popular kid. I don't even think he would drop it, but Mark Andrews did. So, don't know if it was his blood sugar is too high or if he just sucks.
Snow got in his eye.
Or snow got in his eye. But either way, the Ravens season is over, and now we're on to the off season. Drew, you know what to do.
All right, so I'm going to run through some shit that pissed me off. I'm going to leave two specific things for the end because, Diabetes Demon gets his own, fucking segment here. That Lamar Jackson interception to Rashad Bateman pisses me off. It's a mistake that we could live with, but it pisses me off because it's just a stupid miscommunication that you cannot have in a big game, and we routinely have dumb shit like that happen to us in the playoffs. That Trey White, they call it defensive pass interference. If anything, it's an offensive pass interference. Directly leads to the Bills putting 4 more points up on the board. Unacceptable, stupid, robot referees, be able to review that shit. I don't care. Also, on the interception drive, they called this horrific hold against Dawkins, which stopped the Bills from scoring any points. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, you can say that equaled out, but still fucking stupid. Hate the refs. And then the Lamar Jackson fumble. Hold on to the fucking ball, Lamar. He said it himself into the camera after the game. He said, I got to hold on to the fucking ball. You do, if Mark Andrews doesn't drop a pass the play before that, maybe Lamar just takes that sack and doesn't try to make something out of nothing after the bad snap and somebody wrapping up his ankles. But, you can't make those kind of mistakes. It's fucking annoying. And after that Bateman 40-yard catch that put us on the 2-yard line, the fact that we are running the ball once, getting stuffed, running some stupid fucking play where Ronnie Stanley is running out in the flats like he's going to catch a fucking ball and taking a sack, and then running an even stupider play on 3rd down that results in no yards and settling for 3 is fucking annoying. All of that shit costs us points. All of that shit is part of why we lost the game. But then we get to the fucking star of the show, the diabetic fuckwad himself, Mark Andrews. Catch the fucking ball, number 1 on the 2-point conversion. That's just inexcusable. You are a former All-Pro tight end. You are paid to make those kind of catches. You could not have been more open in that situation. This is shit kids dream about in the backyard when they're playing catch with their friends is, you're going in to tie the fucking game and you fucking drop it. Even more inexcusable is that fucking fumble that led to the field goal that eventually won it for the Bills, where inexplicably a fucking tight end is trying to go horizontal after the catch instead of just fucking running his ass down the field. There's 6 minutes left. You can talk about, I tweeted out a list of shit that I thought cost us the game, and I got the Lamar Jackson fumble was worse, and why didn't you put the interception on there? End of the day, we go into the half down 21-10. Lamar's mistakes were in the first half, and we had time to come back from them. It doesn't excuse them, but, like, if you're looking at things in the grand scheme of how the game fucking went, you know, you can overcome early mistakes. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You can't fucking put the ball on the ground in that situation. Under no circumstances can you put the ball. I don't even care if you're not fighting for extra yards in that situation. Be safe with the fucking ball. And then to drop the 2-point conversion play after Lamar takes us 88 yards down the fucking field. No Rashad Bateman because he hurt his knee. No Zay Flowers because he didn't fucking play. So he's down there with fucking Steve Sims, Nelson Aguilar, and Isaiah Likely as his only fucking, you know, normal pass catchers. And he brings us 88 yards down the field fucking effortlessly. And this retard drops the 2-point conversion. And then on top of that, you don't answer to the media after the fucking game or the day after on fucking packing day. You just hide like a little bitch. You turn off your comments on Instagram. You know, it sucks. People are sending you death threats. It sucks. People are talking shit to your wife. Like, nobody should cross that fucking line, but answer for your fucking drops here, pal. You know, at some fucking point, like, we're going to have a real conversation about Mark Andrews. I think I went over this earlier in the group chat. Everything bad that's fucking happened since 2019, he has played a pivotal role in. Like, he is the last relic of a Greg Roman offense that just needs to go. Need to move on. Growing up is realizing that fucking Mark Andrews is really good at football, and Mark Andrews' time in Baltimore is done. Get the fuck off my team. You fucking cost me a loss to the Bills. I got these inbred retards from Canada tweeting me nonstop for the last fucking 72 hours. Oh, we won. Fuck you. Fuck you. Suck my dick. Fuck the Bills. Fuck Josh Allen. Fuck Mark Andrews. I'm beyond pissed off. I promised myself I wouldn't get too worked up, but I'm fucking irritated again. Like, I'm ready to put my fist through a fucking television. How the fuck did you drop that ball?
Yeah,
How the
I
fuck
agree.
Did you drop that ball?
I agree with everything you said. I do. I think it kind of goes under the radar.
Of what
The play calling was not horrible, but the play calling was not what it should be in that game.
I feel like there were times they got away from Henry when they shouldn't have.
Right.
I feel like there were times to go.
There was not one Lamar Jackson design run play called all night. There was 0 RPO. And when you look back at the Pittsburgh game, I believe the first possession, there was like 5 Lamar Jackson runs on the first possession because it was establishing here's what we're going to do to you. We're going to run down your throat. And if you want to go then try and game plan around Lamar running at you, then we're going to fucking take Derrick Henry and shove him down your throat too. So, like, why the fuck didn't we do that again? I don't know why we didn't just run it back from the week before. It can't be stopped.
I feel like that is a classic Ravens trying to get too cute in the playoffs. And it's the same reason why they're calling a fucking tackle-eligible pass play from the fucking 3-yard line.
That's right. That's a great example of what I'm trying to say is
Henry. You paid Derrick Henry all this goddamn money to run the fucking ball into the end zone, to be your fucking January and December workhorse. Like, he's on the fucking team, and instead we got to have Justice Hill out there because, you know, people are getting in Lamar's face too fast, and rather than fucking going heavy and going Likely, Bateman, and fucking 6 offensive linemen in Ricard, we're like, no, we're going to go fucking 4 wide with Steven Sims and Anthony Miller and, you know, fucking have Justice Hill on the field. Like, what's the fucking point at that point?
Yeah,
like,
so,
why are we handicapping ourselves?
It didn't jump off the page while you're watching the game. And at the end of the day, we had a play design and executed every part of the play to get the 2-point conversion, except Mark Andrews didn't fucking catch the ball. And so, you know, we were in a position to at least tie the game and the defense make a play to send it to overtime. But
I haven't
if
seen
we
Grant
adjust
on the podcast in 3 months. I promise you Grant is making that catch. I promise you BT
anybody
is making that catch.
here makes that fucking catch and hit him in the chest.
You pull Trippy out of the fucking stands in that game. He's been standing in the freezing fucking cold for 3 hours, probably drunk, and he's making that catch 20 times out of 20.
That's one of the rare times that throw, and Grant will tell you this. Grant's been around football a long time. That's one of the rare times you can let the ball get in on your body. You can catch the ball on your body there because it was
nobody near you. There's nobody near you.
So
it was a little bunny. It was a little bunny. It was an easy
and
catch.
the thing is, so the design itself was great. The sprint out, the play design, the legal pick was Bateman coming inside to pick for him was completely clean and perfect. But the dumb shit that I'm seeing with, Lamar threw a bad ball. No, the fuck he didn't.
No.
He had to place that because of momentum and where he was being carried to. If he throws that outside, he might only get 1 foot in. He's throwing that to a spot. He's throwing that to a cushion. So all he had to do was literally secure and fall backwards. That's how Lamar was throwing that pass. He didn't throw it behind him, hit him right in the fucking numbers.
And he didn't want to throw it too hard either because he didn't want to risk it going off his hands in the cold.
No, it's freezing cold. And there's a lot of factors that you look at, and there's a lot of things that go wrong. This team consistently kills themselves all the fucking time. And it's not that other teams beat us, which is the most frustrating. If the Bills just went out there and whooped our ass, so be it. But when you're sitting there losing games, not letting the other team win them, it's a whole different factor. And the fact that you're looking at like some of the schematics of the game themselves, the play design, like you said, after the Bateman, they got down to the 2-yard line, run one time, then do a bunch of bullshit. Why are you sending your fucking left tackle in the flat? The only other thing I could think of was he might have thought it was a screen and he released a block in the flat. Why is he running a route? Because there was no other eligible to determine that of him releasing to the flat. So that tells me that he probably had the wrong fucking play, or that he's just an absolute idiot.
And then you got retard McCurry just standing there while, somebody walks in and sacks Lamar, like blocking fucking air, John Simpson special, just fucking sitting there doing nothing. Like, why? It's fucking baffling. And to get back to that 2-point conversion play, who is the one that is pushing this? It was a bad throw thing. It's fucking Chris Sims. Chris Sims never did shit in the NFL. Chris Sims is when you look up nepotism babies and you get negative reviews on nepotism, it's that people like Chris Sims have jobs because his dad Phil was good for the Giants a couple years ago. The next time his fucking spleen ruptures, I hope it's fucking fatal. Like, fuck that guy. Shut the fuck up and stop talking about football on television. You have completely ruined social media discourse because
he's always been anti-Lamar.
Right,
he's anti-Lamar, and he has
been.
He's
anti-Lamar because he put Lamar 6th or whatever in the 2018 QB rankings, and rather than just saying, hand up, I was fucking wrong, he keeps doubling down on it because he's a fucking retard. And, like, people like him are why I open my fucking mentions and I get these, there's that Dundalk portion of the fucking Ravens fan base, just something I trusted a little bit more about Flacco people who take the fucking, Stavi bit a little bit too fucking seriously, or it's based off of them. And they're like, oh, no, I'm a real fan because I'm going to criticize Lamar for that throw. Like, he put it in Mark Andrews' fucking chest. This is a guy you're paying $16 million a year to make those fucking plays. That play was fucking gift wrapped for him. You could pick a blind homeless person off the fucking street, and they might have caught that ball. Like, it hit him in the fucking chest.
What was that post shared earlier that he's got a 20% drop rate in the playoffs? That is fucking insane.
Over
like
20%.
That's like
Closer
you
to
could
21.
literally, like you said, Drew, you could literally put anybody on the field and they don't have a 20% drop rate. Like, the fact that this is a guy, and I get like they're a guy that they were trying to confidence drive on, and they were trying to force him the ball, and knowing his confidence was going down. After he fumbled, he should have never had another target the rest of the game.
I mean, he caused the fumble. He caused the Lamar fumble because he dropped a first down pass before that. He dropped a third down catch earlier in the game. Lamar should have.
Well, didn't he whiff on a block on the sack inside the 5 too?
Yeah,
like the sack. Didn't he completely whiff on a block?
Yep. Just fucking, how every once in a while you get a clip of Falele just like throwing his weight at something and there's nothing there. That was fucking Mark Andrews. So he doesn't block, he doesn't catch the fucking ball, and he won't even fucking answer for it. His biggest detriment right now is that because he didn't fucking get his ass in front of a camera and say nothing, there was nothing he was going to say to a fucking camera that was going to make me feel better about it. But because he didn't do that, I went and I looked up his fucking playoff stats. Okay, so 2018, I'm going to call a wash. He's a rookie. Lamar's a rookie. You had Lamar step in a Joe Flacco offense, and you didn't really have the guys. They should have beat the Chargers that game. They didn't, whatever. You go to 2019, that shit kicked off because he dropped a fucking ball. It bounced off his fucking chest, and it got picked off, and the Titans were fucking off of the races after that. That's fucking on him. Starts problems, doesn't show up in the playoffs. So then you get to 2020, in the fucking last Buffalo game that we lost, he had 4 catches for 28 yards on 11 targets. That's a fucking no-show. That's your all-pro tight end that is supposed to be showing up making those fucking catches for you. Doesn't do shit. I'm not going to count
Security
the next couple
blanket,
years.
Drew. He's a security blanket.
Yeah, security blanket my ass because he can't fucking catch the ball, and he's not a security blanket. He's a fucking piece of shit. Fine. So I'm going to forget the Tyler Huntley year because it was Tyler Huntley, and I don't really give a fuck about that. I'm not going to hold that against him. Fine. So then you get to last year. Okay, offense is fucking humming after Mark Andrews gets hurt. We're beating the fuck out of good teams. We look like we're flowing. Our confidence is fucking high. You know, we come out in the second half against the Texans and kick their fucking doors in. And then who shows the fuck up the next week after not playing the rest of the year, you know, the earlier part of the year? But fucking Mark Andrews doesn't do jack shit, and we fucking lose. This guy is a relic of the Greg Roman offense, and he needs to fucking go. We sat here.
This is great information too. So on top of never scoring in the playoffs, he has 1 touchdown ever against the Steelers, and that was just this year.
And he almost dropped it.
Yeah,
he juggled it.
The joke has always been about Mark Andrews that it's 1 p.m. mark because he fucking balls out in 1 p.m. games and is like looks like a fucking monster. He scores 11 touchdowns this year. Great in the fucking regular season. Doesn't do dick in the postseason.
Hey, Mark Andrews is the Kirk Cousins of tight ends.
No,
Mark Andrews is the Matt Judon of tight ends.
Mark Andrews need to go. Sorry.
He's
cost us the game.
And just to, again, I'm not going to sit here and say that Mark Andrews owes me a fan an explanation. I think that we have this sect of Twitter.
What would the explanation be? There's no explanation, you know.
Like just to set this up, there are people who are pissed off that Mark Andrews didn't talk. I feel like some of them are pissed off because they think Mark Andrews is going to stand in front of a microphone and say some magical combination of words that's going to make this all better. It's not. He fucking dropped the ball. He fucking cost us the game in the clutch. He didn't fucking show up, and he fucking killed us. So fuck him. I don't care what he has to say. Stand in front of the fucking microphone and fart into it for all I fucking care.
My issue is that it was a complete bitch move to not address anything, period, and let Lamar take all the fucking criticism for it.
And let Kyle Hamilton.
And guess what though? Who y'all think probably ain't have him talk? Chad Steele, man. He need to get the fuck off the team.
I mean, here's the thing: is like after the game, Kyle Hamilton had some quote about some great quote about Mark Andrews, and I typed out a response, and I was going to be like, Kyle, shut the fuck up. But the problem is that like I shouldn't be mad at Kyle Hamilton because Kyle Hamilton shouldn't be the fucking one answering questions for Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews should be the one answering those questions. So not only does he fuck us over in key spots, but he won't even answer the questions himself. He's leaving his fucking teammates high and dry. Again, I don't care what the fuck he had to say because none of it was going to make it better. He wasn't going to make it that he caught the ball. But, like, you got to be the one taking the bullets there. And it shows you what kind of fucking person he is, that he's got a fucking C on his chest. He's supposed to be a leader in the fucking locker room, and he won't even fucking show up. Okay?
That's because he was wearing those fake-ass Jordans to the game.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Honestly, like
he was wearing Tom's game day shoes.
I got on Bateman's ass in the offseason, right? We fucking got all over Bateman for not showing up to OTAs. And what pissed me off about it is that he talks a big game and he didn't show up and do the easiest part of his fucking job. You know, you can sit here and criticize pro athletes all you want. The easiest part of their fucking job is to just show up. It's the minimum required effort.
Marshawn Lynch had the best possible
I'm just here
response.
so I don't get fined.
Right.
You know why I'm here. Mark Andrews, if you just stood in front of your fucking locker and stared down a camera and didn't say a word, I wouldn't have these thoughts about you because at least you're fucking there. But you don't even have.
If he stood there like this, I would have respect the fuck out of that.
Right, because he's there. And
I had a bad game. That's what the response is. I had a fucking terrible game. I always have terrible games in the playoffs.
The story
that's it.
Mark Andrews gives a dumb answer or Mark Andrews doesn't talk to the media, but it's not putting it on his fucking teammates because that's not what a leader does. You know? So you want to talk about
especially not on Lamar
bullshit.
Jackson. Lamar Jackson already has to deal with so much fucking nonsense, and now he has to deal with this for the entire, not even the entire offseason. This is going to go all the way. This is going to go all the way through. You're going to see him have, he's going to start next season like with, like a Peyton Manning 2013 start, have 7 touchdown passes, and all they're going to talk about afterwards is, well, but what we saw in the playoffs last year. Well, he's done this in the regular season before, so it doesn't really matter. So now everything he does is always going to be boiled down to what happened in the playoffs, and his fucking teammates sell him out every year. It's crazy.
Fucking drive to tie
Thanks
it
a
up.
lot, Mark Andrews. You the reason why we're not talking about the AFC Championship game.
That's
My
right.
bad for cutting you.
Yep.
For cutting you off.
Here's the other side of it: is you got Isaiah Likely balling the fuck out. He's taking production from him at this point. And it's like,
how about Kohler? Let's get Kohler some more reps, man.
Kohler can red zone it.
Like Drew said earlier, man, Mark Andrews is the offensive version.
Lots of positive.
Marcus Williams. And let me say something, right? You know what? You know what I'm getting tired of? I'm about to stop giving all my energy to the Ravens like I used to. You know why? You go out there and support them. You got some players don't want to say shit. They act like they big. I mean, they is making millions of dollars. All this shit. You got Raven fans coming at Mark Andrews, girl. I don't condone that shit while you got some Raven fans bitching about what I did with Russell Wilson. That's why I said this shit is a joke, bro. At the end of the day, bro, like, I'm just tired of this shit. You sit in the cold. I'm sitting around Bills Mafia fans. I'm talking my shit. And for the motherfucker just to drop the ball like that. And the worst thing about it was, from where I was sitting there, I thought maybe a motherfucker bet the ball out his hand. Now, when I get to the car and look at the replay, you see the motherfucker drop the ball. Then you got dumbass fans talking about, oh, Lamar Jackson need to throw the ball better. He threw it at his nuts. Last time I checked, fellas, I ain't know our nuts was on our chest. Like, the shit is just sad. Like, the shit is really sad. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, that's why I be saying, like, do the Ravens even care for real, for real? All you hear fans is talking about, oh, Harbaugh need to go. How the fuck can you blame that on Harbaugh? Let's start blaming it on these fucking players, man.
Nope.
And then it was one thing Kyle Hamilton said, like, I agree with everything he said, but it was one thing I didn't say. He said, yeah, like, against the Cleveland Browns game, I dropped the ball and that. Bro, this is something totally different, bro. This is win or go home. This is win or go home.
So, but it was Mark Andrews putting Kyle Hamilton in that fucking spot by not being the one answering his questions. So, like,
I mean, yeah, I agree.
As mad as I want to get at Kyle Hamilton. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I blame Chad Steele because I think Chad Steele be telling them motherfuckers not to talk. So
you got a rookie, Zay Flowers, standing 10 toes down, back-to-back fucking days after he fumbles the ball against Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. He stood there and he answered all the fucking questions. Nothing he said made it any better, but it came out of his fucking mouth. He didn't leave it up to his teammates to have his back. He didn't just fucking leave him out high and dry while he went and hid in the corner. He fucking said it himself. So then
and he did that with some shit hanging over his head. Nobody knew about it yet, but like Zay Flowers was being very, very accountable. And
hey, if I was EDC, I'm trading Mark Andrews. You know why? Because I feel like he's holding the team back. Like,
I agree.
Mark Andrews has made it clear that Mark Andrews does not care about the Ravens. Mark Andrews cares about Mark Andrews.
It's weird because everybody know that's Lamar bread and butter, but right now that bread and butter is getting stale, man.
Is it really
Isaiah
bread and butter, or were we forcing the ball to Mark Andrews and Lamar was trying to placate his guy? You know, this guy that was supposed to be a security blanket, this high-paid tight end. You know, is that a real relationship or is that fake? And, you know, you get rid of Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely's right there, and Lamar's got great chemistry with him. I don't think we miss a fucking beat on offense, and we don't have that, you know, dog shit attitude, for lack of a better term. Again, it was.
And you know another thing, I know we sitting here bashing about the 2-point conversion, but maybe if the motherfucker wouldn't have fumbled the fucking ball, like, excuse my language, right?
We would have scored on that drive.
Yeah, right. I ain't gonna say what I wanted to say, but like, bro, just go down, bro. You out this bitch trying to make moves and shit for what, bro? Like, you just caught a nice pass. Like, go
and you're slow as fuck. We saw last week when he caught that ball. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Then you didn't hold the ball right. Like,
no, it was whenever it was when he caught that.
That's another thing. Get rid of that motherfucker.
The long ball against the Texans.
Get rid of that secondaries coach.
It was against the Texans.
Get rid of that offensive lineman coach. And get rid of that fucking tight ends coach. And you know who else to get rid of? Get rid of Greg Lewis. I'm sick of these sorry-ass assistant coaches. They come through the stadium acting like they big and bad, and they don't never fucking coach. I'm just sick of this shit. And God forbid, I hate to say this, right? If Todd Monken leave, I feel like it's going to be a reset for the offense. I hate to say it. I feel like it's going to be a whole reset.
I don't think
Like,
Todd Monken's leaving. I don't think he's leaving.
think
I got to
we got-
address
Man,
something in the comments.
You don't know that. Did we say that about Mike last year?
I'm just sick and tired of this team and the organization letting Lamar down. Lamar has his faults. Lamar made the 2 turnovers, but when he needs his team, if he's not superhuman, we don't win. And that's not how it's supposed to be. And his teammates need to step the fuck up. And that's why Mark Andrews has to go. He's not worth the money. He's a liability in the playoffs.
$17 million cap hit.
He doesn't block well. He's limited on his route tree. Lamar makes plays happen to find him open. He's not anybody that you're sitting there like, oh my God, this is
Mark
a
Andrews
$16 million
is
quarterback
Mark Andrews
or
is
tight end.
Mark Andrews is elite at finding the soft spot in his zone, and he is elite.
Well, and a lot of that has to do with the fact he has Lamar Jackson at quarterback who can create time.
We trashed Bateman for years for not having game feel and not being able to find those soft spots. Mark Andrews is a guy with that skill. Okay. Isaiah Likely also has that skill, so it's not something that he's the only tight end that has. But the reason why he skated for so long on this is because in those 1 p.m. games that don't really mean that much compared to the playoffs, he is great at finding that open space and being that security blanket. But when you fucking need him to make a play, he doesn't make it. I remember that string of games when Lamar got hurt and we kept going for 2 at the end of games. Every one of those fucking plays was dialed up for Mark Andrews, and it never fucking happened. We never fucking won. We never fucking hit those.
Only thing Mark Andrews was good at this fucking year, and see, that's what I be saying about fans. Well, he lead the franchise in time. We don't give a fuck about that. Like at the end of the day, Mark Andrews, he dropped the 2-point conversion but we don't care about that shit. At the end of the day, he should have caught that fucking ball, right? He should have caught that fucking ball. Like, yo, that shit is sad, bro.
The question is he dependable when you need him? And the answer is no.
Absolutely.
Resounding. It's a resounding no. There's no wiggle room. There's no gray area.
It's unanimous no.
Yeah, there's no sometimes. He's never been reliable in the clutch. At any point in his career, he has not made a clutch catch. He has not made a clutch play, especially in the playoffs. He's a negative. He's a fucking loser. I want him gone.
He's a regular season. He's a major contributor over the course of a season. When you stretch it out, you look at what he contributes. He's a major contributor. But when you need him in a specific moment, he is not there. He's fucking MIA. Hold on. I got to address one comment. This one. And Grant, you kind of touched on this too. It's okay to partly blame Lamar, 2 turnovers. Okay. I get this. However, these 2 turnovers happened in the first half, and Lamar did not let that, dictate how he played the rest of the game. Number one, the
man,
interception.
Will, don't even entertain that talking about we lost by 2. We don't give a fuck if we lost by a half a point. We still lost.
Well, no, what he's saying is there's 2 turnovers. The 2 turnovers led to 7 Bills points. We lost by 2. So,
listen. Like Drew said, right? Fuck the turnovers, bro. At the end of the day, remember what I used to always say? It ain't the first 48. It's 60 minutes.
Right.
Fuck the first half, bro.
Yep.
We still had a fucking opportunity, right?
100%.
When Lamar was in his younger days, a lot of Raven fans probably wouldn't even think Lamar would have drove them down the field. He took 8 plays, mind you. Rashad Bateman wasn't on the field, right? Zay Flowers wasn't on the field, right? And he still fucking went down the field and drove 80-something yards, bro. At the end of the day, fuck what happened in the first half. Yes, I feel like we left some points on the board, but it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, we can't dwell on that shit. We got to look at the part what happened at the last couple seconds, bro.
Well, yeah.
We had an opportunity to
tie the game up.
So here's what it boils down to. Lamar made the mistake Lamar made was the fumble. The interception, you look at how the interception happened, it's totally understandable on both his end and Bateman's end how it happened. So it's a miscommunication between them and the wide receiver. Yeah, it's annoying. Now, that being said, Lamar played a great second half. Here's the difference between Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson. If you want to start trying to juggle, all right, where's the blame? Lamar Jackson made those 2 mistakes, and then he was better than perfect in the second half. The guy was he was the MVP. He said, "Fuck, man, I put our team in a bad spot. I'm gonna get us back to where we can win this game." Mark Andrews, first mistake he made, dropped that ball that would have been a first down, and it ended up turning into the fumble, right? Okay, Mistake one. That's a bad mistake, but okay. You know what? Bounce back. Next time you get an opportunity, whatever. Next mistake, he fucking puts the ball on the floor.
Dropped the pass in between that, and he dropped a pass in between the dropped pass before the interception. He dropped a third down, and then he caught a ball, and then he fucking fumbled it.
So then he fumbles. You can't fucking fumble. You cannot turn the ball over in a playoff game, right? So, okay, that's a worse mistake than the first one. So we are progressively getting worse here. And then to top it all off, we have an opportunity to tie the fucking game, and he has a bunny thrown to his fucking numbers that all he had to do was just let it slide into his body and hold that thing and fall down on your ass. That's all you got to do. It's not even an athletic play.
Every player on the roster makes that call.
Every single one. Every coach on the sideline makes that fucking catch. Every single one. Anyone who's ever played a sport in any capacity makes that fucking catch.
That 96-yard drive was one of the more impressive drives that I've ever seen Lamar Jackson have. The crunch time, the situation. What do you have? One timeout, and he's down to
Tylan Wallace on a key third down.
He's got Tylan Wallace, Anthony Miller, and Steven Sims running receivers for him, and Nelson Aguilar. And he drove down the field like he had nothing but all pros, and he made it look effortless. And that's exactly what he was doing on the drive that Mark Andrews fumbled on. So that just he was locked all the way in. And like I said in the chat, after that fumble, I said it's either going to make or break him, and I think it's going to make him. I said he's the type of guy, he's not going to sit there and dwell on it. He's not going to be like, oh, man, poor me, poor me. He's going to get hungrier, and he's going to come back pissed off, and he plays well pissed off. Unfortunately, his tight end fucking sucks.
And just while we're on griping, here, Josh Allen running the ball to the right every fucking time he had the ball, and we couldn't stop it until the end of the game, pissed me the fuck off. Every fucking time they were in a goal-to-go situation, that motherfucker took a snap, waited a second, and ran to the fucking right. Why the fuck can't the coaches figure that out when my drunk ass can figure it out downstairs?
Because our defensive line was non-existent. Our defensive line played an awful fucking game, and they got bullied.
Should have played every fucking snap, too. That fucking man was a menace in the backfield every fucking time he was on the field, and we don't fucking put him out there. Shit like that is going to drive me up a fucking wall for the rest of the year. The Ravens have now left me 8 fucking months where I'm just going to sit here mad as fuck on like a random Tuesday night because they couldn't do the fucking right thing and just win the fucking game.
Yesterday, I found myself, I was thinking about it all day, obviously, right? I'm by myself at the house, and I'm like, he dropped it. He fucking dropped the ball. Like, how? How did he drop that? How did that happen? I'm mystified by this. It's insane. I made this point on Twitter. I think a lot of people agree with this. We've obviously had a few significant playoff villains on the Ravens over the years. I think that Mark Andrews' performance on Sunday was by far the worst performance in any playoff game by any Raven ever.
Hushmanzada, Billy Cundiff, Lee Evans, massive fucking gap, and then it's Mark Andrews.
Well, but my thing is Mark Andrews made mistake after mistake after mistake, all of them getting worse.
Yeah, he is uncontested, unanimous first place.
Okay, I thought you were saying it the other way around.
No,
yeah, okay.
Ichiro missed the Hall of Fame being unanimous by 1 vote. Mark Andrews got every fucking vote for Hall of Fame jackass.
Yeah, worst performance by any Raven in a playoff game
shame.
Ever.
Go fuck yourself, Mark Andrews. Have fun in fucking, with your pal Greg Roman out there on the fucking Chargers. Get the fuck off my team. Getting mad and mad over and over again. I thought I would, fucking after I got it out of my system the first time, I'd be fine. But fucking guy. And then he doesn't show up. Doesn't fucking show up. Like, what are you doing, man?
Two things. First, Mark Andrews is going to go catch passes from Baker Mayfield. That's number one. And number two, we're all missing the biggest culprit in all this. And the hexing and the weird way games end and the inconceivable fumbles. This really started happening in 2022 with just inconceivable plays like that where we're getting heartbreaking losses. That was because that one fella has not jumped in the harbor. So really, Brian is the reason why Mark Andrews did not catch that particular pass on that day. Steelers I can't blame him.
I think I know why Brian won't jump in the water. It's because he wears shoes that are so heavy that he would just sink to the bottom as soon as he jumps in. He's got those pilgrim shoes
normally
that are made from like horse hooves and like petrified leather and shit. So I think he's afraid that if he jumps in, he ain't coming back. He's going to the bottom. Davy Jones locker.
Normally I'm okay with blaming Brian for this shit for not jumping in the Inner Harbor, but Mark Andrews being a retard and fucking us over in the playoffs started before that ever happened. So that dates back to 2019, and Brian didn't make that promise till 2022. So I don't know if I can fully blame Brian for that. Brian should still jump in the fucking Inner Harbor because, unprovoked tells me he's going to do it and then doesn't do it. That's just a dickbag move. But,
okay, well,
the past failures I'm not blaming on Brian. It's the heartbreaking losses over the past 3 years.
Well, here's a caveat, though. Here's a caveat to that. Brian did. Can you guys hear me? You can, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Brian is on the same page as me and Grant. We all want the same guy round one, and it is another Notre Dame safety. So I feel like if we draft another Notre Dame safety, Brian, I don't care if he consents or not. We're throwing his motherfucking ass in the water if we get Xavier Watts round one.
He can wear floaties and a life preserver. That's totally fine. But he's got to go in the heart.
Just jump, Brian.
Yep.
I don't think it's Brian's fault why we lost. I think it's my fault.
No, it's
my fault why the Ravens lost the playoff game.
Yeah, apparently, it's fucking yell at Trippy day because Trippy goes to games. That retard last night who tweeted that of I don't know how you sit next to this guy for fucking 3 hours. Biggest fucking loser I've ever encountered in my entire life. No idea who he is, but he claims he's had me muted for months.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like I know I gotta protect my peace because some people say, yo, you know, people be looking at you. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I protect my life too. I had a motherfucker tell me I'm the reason why we lost the game because of a fucking sign that a little white kid had. And I said, you know what? Let me take a picture of the fucking sign we won Kansas City. Because push come to shove, we already knew who we was playing, right? So if we would have won, that's who we wanted, right? So for these dumbass fans to say, oh, I jinxed the Ravens and all this shit. I got one motherfucker talking about I'm banned from the stadium. He better not catch me. Please, I'm begging you. Please do something to me and see what happens to you. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm sick of these fucking fans, bro. They don't go to games. All I hear them bitch about is, oh, tickets expensive. It's too cold. Oh, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck, fuck Buffalo. I sat with a bunch of Buffalo fans. Row 14 behind the Buffalo bench. Wasn't no Ravens fan with me. I was by myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sick of these motherfuckers keep talking about I'm jinxing the Ravens when the fucking Ravens staff members, the players, they was happy as shit to see me. They even asked, was I going? So I don't give a fuck about none of y'all opinions for real. I'm just fucking upset because I feel like Grant, it's like
fucking lost.
It's like as a Ravens fan, it's like we always find a way to beat ourselves. It never failed. Like, it never failed.
You know what that is? Trip. All that shit is jealousy, bro. Like, that's all it is.
That's what it is.
It's pure jealousy, and they want to be in your shoes so that all they can do is hate instead of appreciate. So
motherfuckers will get mad at me over a tweet last year. Like I said, I reworded it wrong. What's the difference between Tyler Huntley and Lamar? I was just trying to help them dumbass Raven fans out because all you kept hearing is, when the fuck is Harbaugh going to say Lamar's playing? When the motherfucker wasn't even coming back that season. You get what I'm saying? And then you turn around, you got motherfuckers talking about they going to do this and that to me, right? Oh, I'm banned from the stadium. But you look at the motherfucker page, all he doing is talking about Lamar bad, LaChoka, this and that. But these the same fucking Raven fans that be like, yo, like, that's why I say, bro, I do shit myself, bro. Like, real shit. I stick to my day ones. I go to the games by myself. I don't need nobody with me. This ain't on no cocky shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because, like, at the end of the day, bro, this shit's sad, bro. Like, Raven fans always try to blame somebody. Like,
Will, how many times has my life been threatened since I've known you by people? I mean, Will probably has a detailed list for me.
Motherfuckers say I don't take care of my kids. Motherfuckers don't even know me. Niggas don't even know how many kids I got.
Yeah,
Like,
the mentions are a mess. Their mentions are a mess. Trippy's are really bad. Drews are bad. I get them all the time. My favorite thing is I get one reply from someone. The second
Why
I
the
get a
fuck
reply
ain't nobody
from,
blaming? How about this? How about we blame Spinny, whatever the fuck his name is? Let's blame Cole Jackson. Why we ain't blaming them motherfuckers? Every time Cole go to a fucking game, what happened?
It's stupid to blame you, Trippy. You're at every game. If anything, you're a good luck charm. The Ravens have won a whole lot of fucking games.
And guess what? If we would have won that game and I was talking my shit, everybody and their mother would have been on my dick. Pause. Excuse my language, y'all. But I'm being dead serious. If we would have won that game, everybody would have been, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, bro, we just beat ourselves, bro. We just beat ourselves. That's all. We just beat ourselves.
That's the story of Baltimore.
Like I said,
the kings of the almost.
I had a crash out space. Like when I was coming back from the stadium, I had a little crash out space. I said, I wish a motherfucker fan would blame Harbaugh for this game. What more was Harbaugh supposed to do? You got fans saying, well, why did he go for 2 in the beginning? Like at the end of the day, bro, it don't even matter, bro. Let's talk about the second.
Because he was trying to tie it up when there was plenty of time left. If he didn't get it, the risk was worth the reward.
Exactly.
I mean, you know me. I'm the biggest. I want Harbaugh the fuck out of here. Right. But that game is not on him whatsoever.
And that's why. So I tweeted earlier, and I got people all fucking riled up in my mentions about it. Of like, it's premature and short-sighted to be talking about, let's move on from Harbaugh right now, because it's an emotional knee-jerk reaction to a game that wasn't fucking Harbaugh's fault. That man has done enough to get fired over the course of his 17-year career. This is not the game to make that decision after. And if you do make that decision, like, you got one shot at getting this right. So this is not something that you do 72 hours after the game because you're fucking mad that we lost.
Bro, you got dumbass fans saying, fuck it, let's hire Deion Sanders. What the fuck? Hold up. What the fuck is Deion Sanders going to do in the NFL when he can't even get Colorado to the playoffs?
Who the fuck said that? That must be in the Ravens flock community.
Bro, I ain't going to lie, bro. And I ain't going to lie, yo. I ain't going to say what I was about to say, yo. But, yo, hey, Ramey, do me a favor if you listen to this podcast, bro. You need to, like, fix your community or whatever, bro. Because
ban the community. Get rid of it.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, get rid of that shit, because I feel like when you gave certain people a mod, they just start doing dumb shit. Like,
okay, so Trippy, do you want to know what happened to that community? I can spell it out real quickly. There's 2 people on this panel right now who are not allowed in that community. That would be me and Will. When people say dumb shit during the season on the timeline, I would say Will and I are the first 2 people to fucking check them and call them fucking retarded. There's none of that because the community is a safe space. So you get this wild group of fucking moron kids who don't watch football, who just spew the stupidest fucking shit that comes to their mind, and there's nobody in there to check them.
It's Facebook on Twitter.
I was actually just about to say, sometimes
don't
it
never
is
check
worse
them.
than Facebook.
And I ain't gonna lie, you know what's crazy? Ramey be knowing what the fuck be going on. I think he get a kick. Like, bro, I'm trying to be real with you.
Ramey knows that got way off.
Ramey wants the community to be better, but what the fuck is he supposed to do? Kick everybody out?
Yeah, Ramey can't fix it. It got way out of hand, way quick, and there's nothing he can do to fix that. That's not his fault. He just
and we know that verbatim. We know that.
He gave stupid people a platform and didn't realize what he was doing, and didn't realize that he did it until it was too far gone.
Yeah, he has said that to us in no uncertain terms.
Yeah,
he can't do anything about it.
He's like it's too far gone. I can't do anything about it.
No, I mean I know, but I'm just saying though, because I said, I was in a space the other day and the dude was like, "Damn, Trippy, man, that's crazy how you had a space open, DJ had a space open, Z Farm had a space open." That's what I be saying, bro. Because if you realize one thing I realized about the Ravens community, right? That's even certain fans, bro. I got this one dude, bro. He want to be like me so bad. He talked bad about me and shit. But at the end of the day, bro, you don't know who I know. But anyway, I feel like when it comes to certain Raven fans, they want to be in competition. They doing for numbers. Oh, I got this many people in the space. Let me do this. Let me do that. We can never come together. You know why? Because everybody want to be Eric DeCosta. Everybody want to be John Harbaugh. Everybody want to be Steve Bisciotti. Everybody want to be Todd Monken. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, after a while, bro, like, you just get headaches. That's why I know some people don't like it, bro. But all this week, I was in Bill's Mafia space. You feel me? I was in Bill's Mafia space because that's what I do, bro.
How much time do we got for those fucking retards? Number one, if you're going to make a burner account to tweet me some dumb shit, you're going to call me fat. I don't care. Like, don't make a burner account to do it. Do it from your main account. But if you're going to make a burner account that's created in January of 2025 and it only follows one person, maybe don't make it follow your main account. Number one, Bill's retards. Okay? Number two, I understand that I am ugly and fat. I've lived in this body for 34 fucking years.
Drew owns multiple mirrors.
I own a lot of mirrors. There's many mirrors in my house. I see my face in it a lot of times a day. I get it. You don't have to repeat yourself. Number three, if you see 17 other people have logged into their burner account and said the same fucking thing, I'm not going to reply to you if you tweet it to me again because it's annoying. Get original. And number four, stop donating to fucking charities of the guy who fucking lost the game for the opposing team and pretending like you're some fucking saint. It's fucking annoying. You're doing it to troll people, and I get it. I respect the fucking move, but stop pretending like you're fucking God's gift to the earth. You don't care about juvenile diabetes. I promise you, nobody in Buffalo cares about juvenile diabetes. You stuff your fucking faces full of buffalo wings 24/7. You are not the model of health. You don't care about diabetes. Stop pretending you do. Stop pretending
of all cities, Buffalo is not a diabetes awareness hub.
And
they're not a big diabetes influencer in the world. I can tell you that much. They're influencing the numbers in the wrong way.
And it's another thing I wanted to say, right? For all you Raven fan motherfuckers, right? I don't respect Raven fans that don't show their face. When I mean show their face, they got so much to say, but you don't even know how they look.
Show me your fucking face.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. My bad, Drew. You know what really pissed me off yesterday, and that's why I'm acting the way how I'm acting? That same bitch-ass motherfucker that I sent in the group talking about he was Bateman manager, right? Yo, this motherfucker in a space calling my whole government name out. Like, bro, like, that's some lame shit. Like, y'all know my government. Who don't know my government? I've been on the news plenty of times, but one thing about me, I'm not like other motherfuckers. Motherfuckers be high as shit.
Your real name's
you know what I mean? Like, the shit weird, man.
Also, to get back to Bills fans, stop pulling the fucking Lindsay OK card of I donated to fucking charity, so if I want to call Lamar racial slurs, it's okay because I gave money to his charity 5 years ago. No, the fuck it's not. You're a fucking loser. Stop.
Drew, listen. Yes, I made a joke about twins being born prematurely with birth defects, but I sent them a gift when they were born. It's okay. I'm allowed.
We have made fun of that for fucking 5 straight years. And then Bills fans are doing it unironically.
Yeah, to be clear, I didn't do that. I'm making fun of a racist, homophobe who hates Asian drivers.
Catfish retard.
Who did that.
Let's make sure we get all the fucking adjectives. Let's get all the fucking adjectives out there for that one. She is perfect for
Hold on. Yeah, and let me say one more else thing too, right? For all you Raven flock motherfuckers be pumping some of these Raven girls up and shit, they don't look like that in real life, man. I just saw a couple of them, man. They don't look. Hey, remember when we used to be on MySpace and they had the little shit talking about you look better on MySpace? A lot of these motherfuckers look better on social media, man. A lot of them is bullshit in real life. Fuck. Sick of this shit. Every time the fucking Ravens nah, that shit got me hot, motherfuckers talking about I jinxed the Ravens and shit. Last year, I said we was going 13-4. I mean, ain't my fault we ain't win the Super Bowl. Like, that shit crazy. Motherfuckers don't want to blame the players and shit. All they want to do is blame fans and coaches and shit. Fuck
the blaming Harbaugh narrative started with smart people, I would say. Like, people having legitimate gripes with dumb shit that John Harbaugh does. And then the retards take control of the narrative and push it in retarded directions and like make us all look fucking stupid with their points, and they gotta stop. I mean, I read an argument yesterday of people arguing about Andrews not showing up, acting like he owed them an explanation. And it's like, no, you don't play for the fucking team, moron. Like, he just owes it to his teammates to be there. Stop saying dumb shit and making us look like we think we're part of the team. None of us are on the fucking Ravens. We don't think that, but a select few morons talk like they are and make us all look stupid. A select few morons just reply, fire Harbaugh to everything with no fucking thought. There's no thought behind that. They just copy and pasted it from somebody else. Like, I'm sick and tired of being lumped in with these fucking morons. Just like I'm sure Bills fans are sick.
They're ruining my narrative.
Right, but you started, as fucking crazy as you are with like Jerry Jones is better than EDC shit and stuff like that. As crazy as some of the fucking lengths you've gone to, I guess, add value to your point. Like, your core point is usually right. You just go a little off the rails in defending it, which is whatever. But, like, you want Harbaugh gone because the same shit keeps happening over and over again, and you think a change in leadership is going to fix that. That is a very well-reasoned point. I can't argue with that. You wanted EDC gone at the time because our roster kept having the same holes over and over again. He's since stepped up and fixed that, but, like, at the time you had logic and reason to back up your point. Then our fans will go and tweet, fucking fire EDC into the sun, and then you go, why? And then they're like, oh, cars. And it's like,
because he didn't resurrect Jerry Rice from 1986.
Crochet. He didn't trade for, and then he like, some of them are talking about, like, the buzzword among these retards is roster construction. And then they'll be like, fucking roster construction's bad, and he didn't pay a pass rusher $20 million. I'm like, he paid Justin Madubuike $20 million. And when you're mad that he didn't pay a pass rusher $20 million, which one was fucking available for him to pay? And they'll be like, oh, Matt Judon. Well, Matt Judon sucks balls.
The funniest thing about
what would have
roster
happened
construction
if he let Mads go, then they would have bitched too.
Well, the best thing about the roster construction people is that buzzword started, I would say, somewhere in between the 2021 and 2022 seasons.
Yeah.
And then in 2022, we went to the playoffs and almost beat, if not for a fucking, like,
Tyler
one
Huntley.
of the all-time dumb moves ever made on a football field, Tyler Huntley with the fucking,
Fumble.
the Michael Jordan Space Jam dunk attempt. But
yeah,
we almost beat the Bengals in the playoffs with Tyler Huntley as the fucking quarterback. You telling me roster construction's a problem? No, it's not.
But it's because
it comes down to individual performances in playoff situations, and over the years, at times that has been on players, and other times it's been on coaching. But it can be very, very directly traced back to one person or two people. It's not like we have some systemic issue with the fucking team and the philosophy of building the team. Every year we have a team that is one of the top 3 or 4, Vegas favorites to win the fucking Super Bowl. So there's no issue with roster construction.
Next year with Patrick McCarry as the starting left guard.
He's an unrestricted free agent. He's gone.
He's
gone.
All right, regardless, if we sign, because we know how that shit is, we try to get him on a little budget deal. If we sign that motherfucker back, bro, I'm going to lose my fucking mind, bro. There's a couple players I want gone. I do not want to see 32 on the team again.
21, Marcus Williams,
get his ass off the team.
Goodbye.
that was real Boston right there. God damn.
I need us
to do that.
Kill yourself. Get out of here. Don't care. You're done. Get the fuck off my team. Patrick McCarry, go somewhere else.
Kyle Van Noy, he can go too. Sorry.
Drew is going full on Boston Deli right now.
I'd be okay with him staying, but I'm not going to pay him a ton of fucking money because, like, inconsistent showing. I mean, what other free? Patrick Ricard, please come back. Tylan Wallace, please
Patrick
come back.
Patrick Ricard should be re-signed tomorrow. Him
and Tylan Wallace. Him and Tyler Wallace should be back.
And Chris Board.
Yep,
I want Chris Board back. He earned his spot. Chris Board gave me straight up Zach Orr vibes.
All the rest
Chris Board at times over the past 3 weeks, when he made a play, I thought I was looking at Patrick Queen. He looked like Patrick Queen on the field.
But those are the dudes you need. Like, he came up through special teams, so he's going to be gritty. He's going to give a fuck. He earned his spot, so he's a guy you put him in and let him rock.
If you pay Chris Board does he then become not worth it anymore? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you pay him the deal,
He's not going to just get some big contract anywhere else.
His value is going to be he's got a spot that he earned, and he'd be kind of crazy to go somewhere else because
he left and came back.
He's not going to be high, and
he left and came back, so he knows this. He thrives here, so
he is
whatever EDC offers you is going to be fair. Take it.
He is a Geno Stone type guy to me. If he wants to come back for the right price, I would absolutely welcome him back with open arms. But if somebody gives him too much money, like, I'm not going above and beyond to sign Chris Board. Same thing with Ronnie Stanley. You give Ronnie Stanley what works out to be a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
Like, welcome back, Ronnie. I am not happy with job security, Ronnie. I don't want
No.
with a comfortable future on this roster, because Ronnie Stanley's a Notre Dame guy, and Notre Dame guys have brains because they have academic standards there. And he knows that if he has job security, that maybe it's better that he misses a couple practices because his, tummy hurts or his hamstrings bothering him. Whereas Ronnie fighting for a fucking contract shows up every day. That's the fucking guy that I want. I want that edge. I want that grit. You got fucking Marlon Humphrey standing in front of Mike's talking about, I got no more guaranteed money, so I don't know where my future lies. Like, that's what I want. I want a hungry guy who's afraid for his job, who's afraid he's going to get kicked.
I'm gonna give you here's a Ronnie Stanley contract structure that works. It's a 2-year deal with no guaranteed money in year 2. The signing bonus gets him to top 10 left tackle money, and you put 2 void years on the back end, so you spread the signing bonus over 4 years.
Sold. Give me it. But if Ronnie Stanley shows up to camp thinking that he's safe for 2026 as well, I'm not interested in him being here. He can go fuck himself.
No. And guess what?
Fault, but that's
after next year, if he performs the same way he did this year, you rip up that contract and you give him the same one.
Never giving him job security.
You rip it up and you say,
"Well,
Ronnie, as long as you play, as long as you're available, and as long as you're playing at this level, we're going to give you this deal every fucking year. You're going to get paid top 10 left tackle money."
Let me. I want to chime in about the offensive line. I was at the game, and I mean, I ain't trying to say like I fuck with him or not, but bro, like I kind of feel where Drew coming from now. Like, bro, we need like some
racist
some fucking. I forgot.
Fucking,
yeah,
they're out in their backyard.
Like if you this one thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Because like if you look at the Bills' offensive line, right, they don't stop till the whistle is blown. I don't see that with the Ravens. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
who's the only offensive lineman that we had that when Lamar got late hit out of bounds, tried to fight somebody on the Bills? There was only one motherfucker there, and it was Roger Rosengarten. And
that's what I'm saying. And
Tyler Linderbaum was under a pile of bills at the 50-yard line. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would have been over there.
Absolutely would have been there. Yeah,
fucking throwing hands too.
But that's the thing is, like Trippy said, you got guys on the Bills that are just straight up playing to the whistle, gritty as fuck,
bro. Did you
straight up bullies? But we got guys,
line, bro. Like they just
they balled it.
Dang.
But then we got guys that whiff blocks and stand there like they're confused. Like, and Lamar's running for his life. Like,
I have a solution for
solidify the inside out.
We have an offensive line culture problem. I have a solution. I have a solution. You sign Zach Martin. The first fucking second of free agency, you sign Zach Martin to be your starting left guard.
You draft some white kid who played for a Big Ten school and came from a Big Ten, state, who is dumb as shit, can barely sign his own fucking name, and you put him on the bench and you let him earn his fucking spot.
We got one of those, but he came from the SEC and he eats squirrels, but he's in the doghouse.
We
got Voorhees too.
We have Voorhees, but he's he played at California school. He's got a little bit of softness in him.
Bro, listen.
Zach Martin is a day one culture change. That guy is an animal.
I feel you on that.
Go get him and Trey Smith. Fuck it.
Yup. I feel like our left side is the weakness. And don't get me wrong, right? Tyler Linderbaum, he's a great center, but I feel like if we don't get that left side fixed, bro, that's why I feel like the Bills, like even on that play when Lamar tripped and shit, bro. They knew what they was doing, bro. Just think about it, right? Who's the weakest link on the offense?
When
Out
you're
of
when
offense.
you're
I'm gonna make
rushing
a quick point about the offensive line real quick.
when you're
Easily
rushing
McCurry.
Lamar, you're coming through the
Yup.
left
See,
gap in front of McCurry.
hold on. Will, you said McCarvey, right? So
100%.
coming in the draft, Tyler Linderbaum, what they were saying, he's a great center, but he's small for the position. So now, if you look at it, right, if you got a motherfucker that's dominate like a Chris Jones, let's say for instance like Chris Jones. Chris Jones knows 65 can't do shit with him, right? So why not just to go attack the center, throw him off, whereas though it fucked the snap up, all that shit. And I felt, and that's why I kept saying like, that's why I never liked the Patrick McCarvey. Now, I mean, he's okay as like a swing man, but I'm talking about as a starter. Because like even last year I saw when he was getting fucked up by Myles Garrett, while you had these dumbass Raven fans talking about, well, forget Ronnie Stanley, or Rosa Gardner, or Falele. Patrick McCarthy can take his spot. Now, one thing I can say about Falele, a lot of fans was down on him. But one thing I like, he played every game this year, and I feel like he's going to build off of that. So now we got the right side locked down. We got Falele.
He's just big. It's his issue is he's slow as fuck, and he can't get to blocks in space. There was a couple of times where he got in space and made plays, but all in all, if you're a defender, a linebacker, defensive lineman, he's easily avoidable.
He's big for nothing.
What Grant said.
He's big for nothing.
And when you
Trippy,
look
I
at
had to
like
mute you
when you
because
look
we
at
were
the
echoing.
interior,
Just so you know, you got to talk. You got to unmute.
When you get to the interior of the offensive line, people don't also need to go back and watch. Lindy can't be Lindy because he's trying to save his fucking guards' asses every play.
Yeah.
Right. So he has to leverage to the outside of himself either way, and he can't necessarily, like you said, he's undersized, but he's a dude. He's technical. He has great feet. He gets to position. He's strong as a fucking ox. But you don't he can't play his game because he's too worried about the guys on each side of him.
Yeah,
that's not letting him be himself.
Drew, we've been invaded. We've been invaded, and I'm not going to put it on the screen, but some Canadian dickhead is in the comment section. I'm not.
Your boy from who advises.
Barstool advisor.
Yep.
Yeah.
That fucking guy.
Yeah,
so as far as the left side, maybe this is just
my man
observing.
You can't tell me ham is bacon. Go fuck yourself with that maple syrup Drake bullshit.
Our fan base doesn't seem to understand BA or trans memes at all. Like, they're just assholes. So instead of getting mad at them, just call them assholes, and then they'll laugh with you, and then they'll move on with their day.
Just like so.
Like, again, BA is a good guy.
Apparently, Barstool Advisor's name is Michael because his name is changed to Michael.
I mean, I could tell you his full government name. I could tell you where he works. I could tell you what city he lives in. I'm not going to do.
He initially commented on Twitter, and now he's on YouTube. But apparently, maybe he's on his personal account now. I don't know.
His YouTube name goes back and forth. Good guy. He is just trying to fuck with us. So what I'm saying is just lean into it. Tell trans memes he caused 9/11, and tell BA that fucking Canada sucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs will never win shit. And then he'll laugh at you and move on. Instead of fucking crying in his goddamn mentions about like him saying he tweeted, "Is the Lamar Jackson experiment over?" And our fans fucking freaked out at him. And I'm like, what is the matter with you people? Like,
he tweeted this?
Yeah.
Right here in our comments section.
Yeah. Word for word tweeted that. Go read the replies that he replied to I think Zach with that New Era Zach kid. And people are like, "Oh, fuck you, racist." It's like, he's just fucking with you. Like, he's not a bad person. He's not an enemy.
No, he isn't. He is a bad person for sure.
Well, he's just a dickhead, but that's fine.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
He's a horrible person.
He's just doing it for a rise out of people. Like, he's not a what did he say?
He's a troll. He's fucking
he's a troll.
Right. It's fine. I mean, it's what it is. It's fine.
So give him a cookie.
Canadian troll.
Give him a cookie and send him back onto the bridge. You're telling me in a
minute. All right, we do owe. I don't know how many people are. I mean, we got a spike in viewers when Visionless Dave retweeted the link to the live stream. So I think we should talk about the AFC Championship game a little bit.
All right, here's the best way that I can describe the remaining four going on. You have Adolf Hitler versus Osama bin Laden versus, fucking I don't know, some of the horrible Stalin versus like Kim Jong Un or Mao Zedong. Like, there's no scenario that I am happy with somebody winning. I am rooting for Anthony Fauci to release another disease in the country and cancel the rest of the fucking season. The reality is, the only one that won't kill me on the inside a little bit is a Chiefs three-peat, because Patrick Mahomes has already won. Okay, so like that's nothing new for him. If the Bills Mafia gets a fucking Super Bowl, I'm gonna drive to Buffalo and I'm gonna beat the living shit out of somebody with a fucking crowbar, because I can't handle those retards having anything good. The only reason that people know who the Bills are is that they lost 4 straight Super Bowls and that they're fucking losers and that their best player in franchise history is a murderer. Okay? So fuck the Bills. The Redskins, Commanders, football team, whatever the fuck you want to call them, don't deserve anything good. They're fucking losers. I had this argument with Will and first round pick the other day. They are a loser franchise for the last 34 years.
Well, okay. It wasn't an argument with me about that. I just want to be clear.
It wasn't an argument with you, but retard Tom turned it into an argument.
Yeah, okay. To be clear, what I was saying was that I listed 3 specific teams. It was Cleveland, Cincinnati, Detroit, and Buffalo. I said they're all the same, and it's because none of them have any championships. Well, any Super Bowls, I should say. So whatever Tom did to set you off, yeah, of course Washington's a bunch of losers. They haven't been to an NFC Championship game in 33 years. They fucking stink, but they've won 3 Super Bowls. So they do always have that over those truly the bottom rung of society loser cities that have never won a fucking Super Bowl.
Jaden Daniels winning a Super Bowl now. I don't want to deal with old crusty white dudes who are like, oh, Jaden Daniels is just a better version of Lamar Jackson who wins the Super Bowl. Not trying to deal with that. Fuck him. Goodbye. Don't want to deal with that. Jalen Hurts is not good at football. Okay? I don't want him to
This
have
is kind of fucked.
What do you say now?
Are the Ravens the Maple Leafs of the NFL?
No, they're not. You know who is?
We win playoff games, BA, just not.
I mean, the Cowboys are clearly the Maple Leafs of the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go fuck with the Dallas people, BA. That's your call.
You could make the argument that the Commanders are too. I mean, it's similar.
Yeah, except for the Commanders actually won a playoff game this year. Had the Commanders not won any games this year, they'd be the same. Okay, so the lesser of all evils here is the Chiefs three-peating. Also, that will give me the ammo to the Tom Brady fucktards here. I'm gonna be like, well, Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, so fuck you. I'm not rooting for the Chiefs. I'll just be the least upset if the Chiefs win. Is really where my head is at.
The Chiefs are the most palatable Super Bowl winner for any Ravens fan with a fucking brain.
It's like last night.
And Drew, you don't truly appreciate what it would mean in a positive sense for Washington to lose. I want Washington to win the NFC Championship and to lose in the Super Bowl, because I want them to have their hopes up. Because listen, it's actually amazing that the Commanders are where they are right now.
Kowalski comments that we just put on screen?
Yes.
Yeah, killer. How'd the Bengals do this year?
Yeah. Listen, again, this is the Visionless Dave effect. There's some Chiefs fans and there's some Mina fans that are seeping in right now.
Kowalski is from Canada and roots for the Bengals, so he can fuck himself.
Oh, he fucks his sister then.
He's also an Ohio State fan, so
he definitely fucks his sister then.
Drew doesn't have a full appreciation for Ravens fans who live in the Baltimore area, or like where I live the same distance from, like a Redskins or a Commanders game or a Ravens game or a Orioles game versus a Nats game. I'm pretty centralized, but living in this area,
people close to me have speculated that you are a Nationals fan. Just
we took care of that last week, but
not what I heard. Not what I heard. It was still questioned on the ride home.
Commanders fans there's been a lot of them who have in the past couple years, especially like once Lamar emerged, they have decided they're done with the Washington franchise. So it's been kind of like a gradual shift, but it's gonna be the Nationals effect. When the Nationals got Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg, and every year for like 4 straight years were the World Series favorites, and then they finally won it in a year they were not actually favored to win it. It's gonna be the exact same thing, where these people, when they finally got to their wits' end, they were like, well, the Ravens are right here. The Redskins, really, they play in Maryland, so it's a Maryland team, so I can be a Ravens fan. So that's their like the little pathway to go over. So they're gonna, but then as soon as the Commanders are good, they suddenly are huge Commanders fans again. So I can't let those people enjoy anything in life, really. There's people that they just wait. They act like they're on one side, but they're really standing in the middle, and they wait to see where the grass is greener. So Commanders can't win.
It's the people who busted out the Red Sox hats after 2004 and pretended that they were Red Sox fans the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like Jason Luckman.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do not associate that fat clown with me. Thank you.
Yeah. So the Commanders cannot win. The Eagles, agreed. I have a personal problem with, just because there is some proximity. There's a lot of Eagles fans in the area, and for some reason,
Calvin's an Eagles fan. I don't want Calvin to have anything good. So
right, but they equate Jalen Hurts with Lamar Jackson, and I could find the text. One of my friends texted me before the draft he was in. Which draft was Jalen Hurts in? 2020.
It's racially motivated.
Yes, it was 2020.
Right. I told him. Here's what I told him. Jalen Hurts is like a
trash.
He's like a TV movie version of Lamar Jackson.
No, that's hating on TV movies.
No, it's like he's like an actor portraying Lamar Jackson.
He's like I have a camcorder and I tried to shoot the Blair Witch Project and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So he's Timu. He's Timu Lamar Jackson.
Again, Timu, you have a like 5% chance of getting something good out of that.
Well, you ordered a quarterback. You're going to get a quarterback, but it's not going to be the one you wanted. So that's what he is. He's not like he's not even close to the same level of athleticism as Lamar. Nobody really is. He isn't nearly as good of a passer, but they've figured out a way to make him succeed. Drew and I, for some reason, there's some dispute over who originated this. I don't care at this point, but we both have the same opinion.
I don't know what we're arguing about, but I do. So.
No, Jalen Hurts has never been the best quarterback on his own team. Now, I think that's changed in the past couple of years because
Tanner McKee is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but before, until Gardner Minshew wasn't on the Eagles anymore, he was never the best quarterback on his own team since high school. So I just hate this comparison, and it's actually like I feel bad for Jalen Hurts that he gets lumped in. That people try to compare him to Lamar Jackson. They're not the same player. They're not even like remotely similar players. I would say the closest comp for Jalen Hurts in the NFL is Baker Mayfield. Personally, I think
disrespectful to Baker Mayfield. I would even say that.
He's a lesser version of Baker Mayfield. He plays the same style as Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield is way better at it than he is. That's all.
Baker can actually pass.
Hold on, BA. People forget Hurts has been to more Super Bowls than Lamar. Who cares? Nobody cares about second place trophies.
Been to? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Anyone will tell you an NFC Championship trophy is a fucking paperweight.
I've covered 2 teams. The third one's the Bills. Fuck the Bills. They have no Super Bowls. I don't want any team that has not won a Super Bowl to win a Super Bowl. I don't want them to win. They're losers. The Lions, you're fucking losers. The Bills are losers. The Browns are losers. The Bengals are losers. The Cardinals are losers. The Texans are losers. Suck my fucking dick. You're all a bunch of losers.
I like this Marty guy, by the way.
Well, and here's another thing too, and going back to the Josh Allen MVP type shit. Everybody's like, "Oh, that was Josh Allen's MVP game." He threw for 120 fucking yards.
He had 147 total yards, and his only touchdowns came from short runs.
Because he's a fullback. He's a fullback in a wing T offense.
He is Cam Newton. Wild card.
I'd almost argue that Cam Newton throws a better ball.
No, but I'm saying like the running style is the same. That they're short yardage battering rams with big arms, and that's the basis of their game is that they're gonna run around in the pocket. They're gonna try to truck a couple people, and they're gonna huck the ball downfield and hope for the best. So, I mean, long and short here, fuck everybody left. If I got to see Taylor Swift or Caitlin Clark on my fucking screen again, I'm going to be kind of upset. But, like, I'm okay with the Chiefs winning it all.
Totally fine. It's like, so, okay, they three-peated. I don't give a fuck, dude. You got a whole bunch of Super Bowl trophies. Great, cool, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Andy Reid's got a dead kid and one in jail, so like he's got to live with that. So maybe you give him, 3 Super Bowl rings to make up for that. Patrick Mahomes can only have girls. Like again, sucks for him. Fucking asshole. Travis Kelce's a fucking loser.
Isn't his first kid a boy?
No, Patrick Mahomes has 3 girls. Feminine. He can't.
I thought his first kid was Patrick Mahomes, the Jr.
He's Patrick Mahomes Jr.
Now, aren't they all named after like medals?
Like bronze, silver, and copper.
Oh no, like I think the first kid is Patrick Mahomes the third, and the bronze is because it's the third. I think bronze is.
They're all girls. They're all girls. He's a feminine bitch. Gay brother doing TikTok. When Lamar Jackson moved.
We almost got it. We almost.
If I wasn't reading a BA comment, I would have said the word that I promised I wouldn't say out loud on the stream tonight. Lamar Jackson moved to a Taysom Hill role will finally be good. Fuck you, BA. Spend all that money on Austin Matthews. You guys still can't win a fucking Stanley Cup. You can't bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada because that's American property from now on. BA, just remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, fuck everybody left is really the long and short of it. I'm not happy that the Ravens are not there, and that's really the bottom line, is that I don't really give a fuck about the Super Bowl, but I don't want anybody who doesn't have a Super Bowl to win one already. So I'll deal. Right. I'll deal with Patrick Mahomes. I already know he's Satan. Again, Andy Reid's a bad person. Bad family. Had a player kill himself in front of him. Had a kid maim a 5-year-old girl drunk driving. And had another one die. So, like, if he needs some wins in football to make up for that, then I guess he can do it. That's probably a little dark and probably a little too far, but I don't particularly care. I'm in a fucking mood tonight. So, I don't know. I don't know what else we want to get into here. I feel like
I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like we covered.
Hey, you know what? For the fun of it, why don't we do some score picks for the AFC Championship game?
The Chiefs 20-17.
Chiefs 0, Bills 0, Bane 100. That's what I'm going for.
That's the hope. That's the hope. That's who I root for. Actually, with both games, because we don't want the commies to seize the means of victory.
So I kind of
fake birds. I
kind of want the Eagles to win that matchup against the
commies,
against the Redskins, because I like when Eagles fans have hope and then it gets ripped away from them. Like, that's funny.
Yeah,
to me.
That's fair.
I like them to get to the pinnacle just to have it fucking ripped away from them. Because Philly people are just like assholes and notoriously bad losers. So losing on the biggest stage is always funny. Plus, Philly people in New Orleans is just like a funny thought.
All right, so what? Give me your 2 scores.
27-20 Kansas City and 31-14 Eagles. I don't think the Redskins are going to play a particularly close game. I think that
you think their magic is up?
I think that Ben Johnson, who Grant had his cock down his throat for like 6 months straight about being the greatest thing ever, called a horrific fucking game against the Redskins, and that they're really not that good. Is my thoughts on that. I had to take a shot at Grant because I hadn't done one in a while, so just needed to be done. But yeah, I think Ben Johnson's a fucking loser, and I think the Detroit Lions just did loser things. Jared Goff is just when he sucks, and I think that gave the Redskins a little more confidence than they actually deserve. I don't think they're that good of a team. So
that's true. Yeah, no. The Commanders are it's like the Commanders are a likable team in general, especially
they're really
now.
Not though.
Well,
Austin Eckler's a fucking loser. Brian Robinson fucks up my parlays every week.
well,
Terry McLaurin's a midget.
okay. Listen, that's subjective. Like your parlay.
Samuel Clown, again, the whole fucking celebrating a preseason win, like that whole franchise.
That's what the parlay is on you.
He's the only
your fault.
He's really the one truly unlikable person on the team, but he got hurt, so we can kind of celebrate that a little bit.
Yeah, but like Brian Robinson got shot, came back, like cool story, and then just can't score touchdowns when I put him in my parlay, so fuck him. And then I don't put him in my fucking parlay.
I mean, I get that.
2 touchdowns.
So like, still pretty likable. The guy got
tells
shot.
You avoid him.
He's a very, very good NFL player. Right? That's like a likable quality. But
I mean,
Austin Eckler.
I root for Terry. I root for Terry McLaurin. I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in football.
Ohio State midget. He can go fuck himself.
He's really good at what he does.
I love Mike Sanders still. Big fan of him. Great player.
Wonder
he's the
why.
only likable guy on the Redskins. Hey, I wanted him in Baltimore, and everybody laughed at me. Oh, Drew the Homer picking the Michigan guy. That guy can fucking ball.
I already told you why everyone said that.
We didn't have. I don't hate him, but we don't really. He wasn't really gonna fit in a sense for when he went.
If you put him on the field instead of that fucking retard Brandon Stevens, we are a better team. We didn't shit on Brandon Stevens enough, by the way. That motherfucker, get out, go to the CFL, go to the XFL, find a new fucking sport, buddy. We're not turning
He's an unrestricted free agent. He's gone. He's done.
Unrestricted free agent. Get the fuck out of here. Turn your damn head around on the ball, you fucking moron. How many goddamn times do I have to come on here and say, hey, Brandon Stevens, turn your fucking head around. Everybody's got to fucking say that to him. There's no fucking way the coaches don't tell him to play the fucking ball and turn his fucking fat head around. And he doesn't fucking do it. So go play running back somewhere, Brandon Stevens. Because clearly you can't figure out how to fucking turn your head around. So at least running back, you're looking forward the whole time.
Or the fact that he was so fucking bad in Tampa too that I thought it was a cover 4 initially.
Right. Like
you said, actually, Branko's, it's either a cover 4 or a cover 6.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It ended up being a cover 2 because that fucking moron
just a fucked up cover 2.
Is Tyreek Hill going to be a Raven? No, he beats women. He's not going to be a Raven. And now I know I'm setting myself up for Jay Flowers. Yeah, shut the fuck up, killer. I'm never your shit.
Hey,
you guys had
Jake.
You guys had to release your fucking rookie wide receiver. He beats women too. So,
Jake, what is your NFC Championship game score?
I'm picking the fake Birds, 30-10. I think the Fangio defense comes to life. That is what it is. It was the best move they could have made, along with bringing back C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Well, I have a question for you. As a Swiftie, grown adult male Swiftie, Taylor Swift is from Philadelphia, but she's dating Travis Kelce. So if it's an Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl, who's she rooting for?
She's not from Philadelphia.
She's a Philly fan.
She's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, she was an Eagles fan.
Many pictures.
Yeah, I mean, she grew up on a fucking farm in Pennsylvania, but yeah, and she's an Eagles fan. Yeah, I'm sure she was very into fucking football before she started dating a football player. I mean, obviously she's going with her soon-to-be husband, I'm sure.
I'd have way more respect for her if she broke up with him and rooted for the Eagles. At least she'd be an authentic person. Why doesn't she have any non-famous friends?
Why you ask? Like I fucking know her. I don't know her.
I don't know. You're a big fan of her work, and her and Caitlin Clark are your two idols.
It was funny that they were hanging out together, but I saw that on my screen. The response from people was beautiful, and I think probably orchestrated. The two of them decided they were going to just put themselves right where the camera could see them. The people who the libs were like, oh, MAGA brains are exploding right now, and then MAGA people were like, oh, look at these two disappointments or whatever. Like it's just like
I saw that, and I was like, Will probably experienced 3 seconds of happiness. Fuck this. That was my response to that. So,
No, I thought it was funny because I was like, this is going to immediately create very different reactions from people online.
yeah, I was unhappy with them being together just for your benefit, because they're two people you like, and I don't want them to be in the same place at the same time.
No, Will is not a lib.
Will's a huge lib. Will's a midget and a lib.
Okay. See, now you know he's lying because we've established that the first part of that was a lie.
Well, I mean, the only people who have declared that you're not a midget wear 2 glasses in public, so I don't know if they count.
Kevin confirmed it too.
Yeah, Kevin's a liar, so it's fine. Kevin tried to tell me there were like 14 shooters at the Trump rally, and that one of them was in a water tower at some point, and helicopters and shit. So
listen, he was working off information that he.
Wildest move of all time is Kevin sending me a 45-minute video thinking I was going to watch that shit. Like, and then you immediately respond to him with, "Drew will not watch that video. You wasted your time saying that." And I was like, "Yes."
Grant. Actually, BT, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, give me your scores.
For NFC, I'm going 24-21 Eagles. And then on the AFC side, probably like 35-28 Chiefs on the AFC side.
Okay.
Grant, what about you?
AFC, I'm going to go Chiefs 27-23. And I'm going Redskins 31-30.
Interesting. There you go.
If everybody else had picked the Redskins to win, would you have flipped the score there and gone Eagles?
No, I really think that they're playing hot right now, and I think Jalen Hurts sucks. So I think that they're going to be. I think they're going to give them. Yeah,
Saquon
I mean
Barkley
that's
is the difference maker.
if they can shut him down, then I think it's going to be no issues for the.
Trippy's having some connection issues right now, but he thinks it's going to be Washington versus KC.
Yeah, he agrees with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with Washington 38, Philly 28.
Yeah.
And then in the AFC, I think the Chiefs are going to embarrass the Bills. I think it's going to be 34-14.
Yeah, and Bills fans, you want to prove that you're not frauds. Donate to Patrick Mahomes' charity the amount of points that he kicks the fuck out of you by. If you actually are about this charity life. You're fucking not, so you can go fuck yourself. But is this guy in Xanax? Grant knows ball. Will wants to hand out participation ribbons. Okay. Killer has been begging for us to go live after losses, by the way. This is his thing. Is that he messages me immediately. He's like, "Are you guys going live?" And I'm like, "No, fuck you. Never."
There you go.
Just wants to see me miserable. It's really his
I would happily go live after a loss, but I know Drew would say some things that
would be
get him blacklisted from employment.
Blacklisted from employment, probably put in jail and banned from like visiting other countries.
You would have several warrants out for your arrest in the UK.
Yeah, get us fucking banned on YouTube. The amount of people were messaging Mark Andrews death threats. Like, I would have spent an hour and a half trying to talk him into like killing himself. I would have what's her name, Michelle Carter, and the guy in Boston that
look at how this motherfucker spells honor.
That's the Canadian way. They
that is the
I
Canadian
know.
way.
It's an inside joke. Well, it's okay.
Yep.
It's not your fault.
But anywho,
honor over clout.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. We'll be back to discuss the further details of the Ravens offseason, probably react to the presser that's taking place tomorrow, and this, that, and the other. But meanwhile, It's time for me to die. Oh!
See ya!
That was wild having Grant